Hey, it's Couch Potato back with another video. This is going to be about my Vita collection. Great handheld system, a little underrated in my opinion, but we'll get into that. But first, I want to say if you haven't joined my Facebook group already, highly recommend it. Just a fun place to share your video game stories, pictures, news, whatever video game related. It's Video Game Heaven. That's the group name, Video Game Heaven. And look for the white background with the system logos, because I believe there's another group with the same name, but you want to look for the system logos on the white background. So click join. It asks you to answer 2 questions. They're not hard, and then join in on the fun. Next, I am still working on my Couch Potato podcast and my Couch Potato website. It's in the works. I have someone working on my logo for it right now. I want to make sure that is as nice as possible before I launch. And I'm also looking for content creators that can help writing articles for new games coming out, as well as retro games. Anyone who likes to write, just hit me up. You can message me in the comments, or you can send an email to jeremiah@couchpotato.com, and that's couch potato with a B in the middle. So let's get to the video. We have the PS Vita. I recently got into collecting for this. Kind of slept on it. I know a lot of people slept on it, but it is actually an outstanding handheld. It has a great game library, despite what people say. A lot of people say there's no games on the Vita, but that's a bull-faced lie. Now, granted, a lot of these games are RPGs and JRPGs, and they're also anime style, Japanese style games. So if that's not really your thing, maybe it's not quite the console for you, but there's a little bit for everything, or for everyone. So I'll get into that in a moment. But you have the Vita. They have a couple models. This is the first model. It's the fat model. It weighs a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger than the slim models, but I enjoy it. I like the weight and the feel of it. I do need to get grips. You can get controller grips that go on the sides so you can hold it better, because after a while of playing this, especially with the weight, it does wear on your forearms and your hands. So I'm looking forward to getting that. But awesome little system for the go. It definitely looks like you're playing PS3. So it's like a handheld PS3 in my opinion. The only downside with the system, in my opinion, is the memory cards. The memory cards are very expensive, and you have to get the PlayStation Vita memory card, and they are pricey. So I highly recommend, if you pick up a system, the PS Vita, that you pick up the most expensive memory card that you can afford. The bigger the memory, the better. Obviously, it's expensive, but you're better off paying that price now before they start jumping up really high in price and you won't be able to get them. And especially if you want to play a bunch of games and have saves on those games. So let's get into the games here, because I have a lot to show. In the short time that I've been collecting this, I've managed to round up a ton of games, which is nice. And first we have Metal Gear Solid Collection. Never played it, but I heard it's a good port, and that has Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3. So you get both games in one little package here, and like I said, it looks like you're playing a PS3, so the quality of these games, definitely up there. Next we have MLB The Show, classic baseball game. Haven't played it, but I've played MLB The Show for PS3, so I'm pretty sure it's similar, just different roster. I like playing baseball games, even though I'm not a huge baseball fan. So definitely looking forward to playing that. Next we have Mod Nation Racers. It's kind of like Mario Kart. You can customize your kart and do fun little races. So it looks pretty fun. They have this on PSP as well, but I'm sure this is way more visually pleasing since it's on the Vita. Next we have Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat Not much to say there. Classic game. I'm not sure how this plays. I'm gonna have to play this because I've really been getting into fighting games lately. Um, can't go wrong with a Mortal Kombat game. Next we have Need for Speed Most Wanted. I heard this plays fantastic. I've played Need for Speed Most Wanted on 360, but I never played it on the Vita, so definitely looking forward to playing that. I heard it plays really well and looks great on the Vita. Next we have, I'm going to butcher some of these names, Maramasa, Maramasa Rebirth. I played this game. It's visually stunning. It's visually outstanding. It's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up type of game slash RPG, I guess. Just looks fantastic. If anything else, just play it for the visuals. The backgrounds are gorgeous. The gameplay is fun too. Really enjoyed that game. Next we have Odin Sphere. Sorry, I keep putting the games over on that side. Odin Sphere. Never played the game. Never played the old one, so I'm not sure. But a lot of people love this series and love this game, so figured why not pick it up. Next we have Persona 4 Golden. A lot of Vita collectors claim this is the best game on the system, and people love this game. I played the first probably like hour, and I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. The story was pretty cool, but if you're looking for a game with action, this is not for you. This is pretty much like a visual novel that you play through, and you have minimal control. At least the part that I played, heard it takes a few hours to get into this, but a lot of people say once you get past the initial slowness, it really picks up and gets really fun. Next we have Rayman Origins. Don't know much about the Rayman games, never really played them, but I heard they're fun, so don't really know. Next we have Resident Evil Revelations 2. I'm glad I got to pick this up. I love Resident Evil series, Resident Evil Revelations. A lot of the newer Resident Evil games I don't really like Resident Evil 5 and so on, where they got more arcadey and less survival horror. I like the original 3, 1, 2, and 3. The remakes are really good too, but figured I need to pick this up because getting Resident Evil on the Vita, I can't lose there. So next we have Resistance Burning Skies. I did play this and it is really fun. I really enjoyed it. It's not the greatest, but definitely worth a pickup, especially now. You can get it pretty cheap and it plays really well on the Vita, especially the Resistance for PSP lacked because PSP doesn't have a second joystick, so really hard to play shooters on that. So we have next Ridge Racer, a beloved series for racing games. I'll have to play it. I haven't played any of the Ridge Racer games, honestly. Just not really my thing. I'm more Need for Speed, but we'll see. Next we have Madden 2013. This is the only American football game on the Vita, so I had to pick it up. If you don't mind playing with the old roster, I definitely suggest picking up Madden. It plays fantastic. It's fun. I always play the fantasy draft, so that way I can pick my players and relive some of the players that have already retired. Really fun. Next we have a puzzle game, Luminous. Never played it, but a lot of people love it, so I figured I'd pick it up. I'll give it a try at some point. And next we have Little Deviants. Little Deviants looks kind of kooky. I don't know. I'll probably get around to playing it eventually, but not something I really care about. But it came in a bundle. So next we have Little Big Planet. Not much to say here. Most people know Little Big Planet by now. I heard the Vita version is probably the best of the Little Big Planet series. I bet you can get a lot of use out of the touchscreen on the back. Next we have Killzone Mercenaries. I have not got to play this yet, but a lot of people say this is fantastic and plays really well on the Vita, so I'm really looking forward to playing it. I remember playing Killzone 2 and really enjoyed it, so definitely a game that I want to pick up. Next we have Injustice: Gods Among Us, another fighting game. This game is outstanding and fantastic, and it looks fantastic on the Vita. So if you're into fighting games and you have a Vita, this is a must-have. It has all the DLC characters and all the bonus content, so you really can't go wrong there. Next we have Nino Kuni, or not Nino Kuni. What am I doing? Failure. Shoot, I can't think of this. I Am Setsuna, and I thought this had English subtitles, but I was wrong. So I bought this from Japan. It's still sealed, so I'm going to leave it sealed since I can't really play it. I don't know Japanese, at least not yet. But I heard it's a fantastic game, so I'll have to get it for PS or for the Switch. Next, we have Hot Shots Golf, one of my favorite series of all time. Don't really like golf, but Hot Shots Golf makes it so much fun. It's really fun to collect all the collectibles in this, unlock the characters, and just playing golf in a simplistic form is really fun. Can't go wrong with Hot Shots Golf, especially on the go. Next, we have Gravity Rush. I heard this game is awesome. I've not played it, but basically you're this girl and you fly around, and I heard it's really fun to play. And you can use the Vita to control her too, which is pretty cool. Next we have a classic, Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X, one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Just a fantastic game, and to have it on a Vita and have it on the go, I definitely have to pick it up. Next we have FIFA Soccer. I have two FIFA Soccers here. Not a soccer fan, don't really play the soccer games, so they're just in my collection. Might get around to them eventually, but probably not. Next we have Farming Simulator. For some reason, these Farming Simulator games hold their value really well, and a lot of people want them. I don't understand. Basically, you just simulate farming. But if you look at the farming simulators on other systems, they're still going for, you know, 20, 30 bucks a piece. I don't know. I don't get it. Next, we have Blanc vs. Zombies. I did play the beginning of this game. Really fun and really Japanese, I must say. You're basically trying to create a movie about zombies taking over school, and what happens is there's actually a zombie invasion, so you end up having to fight real zombies, but you're still making the movie. It just turns out that it's going to be a real movie instead of one that you make up. It's pretty cool. Next we have Exis Archive. I played this on PS4 because I have it on PS4 also. Really fun game. Very interesting style RPG. Another game where the backgrounds and the visuals are outstanding and really makes you want to play because you want to see more of the environments, and definitely a game you want to play. Next we have Dungeon Travelers 2. Don't know much about this game, but it's, you know, your classic JRPG, and I figured why not pick it up. Definitely can't wait to play this. I'll probably play this in the next day or so because I just received it in the mail and I really want to give it a shot. So next we have Dungeon Hunter Alliance. Dungeon Hunter Alliance, it's like a Diablo clone. Not quite as good as Diablo, but I really enjoy this game and I enjoy playing it. The loot system's pretty good, and the action and adventure is pretty good. You can't really complain. And especially to have it on the go. It's definitely good to have a Diablo style game. I just love those hack and slash dungeon crawler games, so to have one on the go with me is really fun. Next we have Drive Girls. Don't know much about it. It looks like a racing RPG type game. So why not? Next we have Dragon's Crown. Fantastic game. Side-scrolling beat 'em up RPG. I love this game. I really enjoyed playing this, so highly recommended on top of other games. Dragon's Crown looks awesome, plays awesome. You cannot go wrong. Next we have Deception 4, Blood Ties. And this is like a trap game. I don't know how to describe it. You place traps to kill your enemies, from what I know. I haven't actually played it, but looks interesting. I love anything that makes you think or solve puzzles, so definitely looking forward to scooping that up. Next we have Zero Time Dilemma, another, anime style Japanese RPG or Japanese type game. Supposedly, I guess 9 people are trapped in a room. It kind of reminds me of a Japanese version of Saw. You have to find out who's the killer or something. I don't know, but looked interesting. Figured I'd pick it up. I like those type of things. Next, we have Ys, Memories of Celceta. Another action RPG. Heard Ys games are fantastic. I honestly have never played any, but I have Ys games for PSP and the Vita now, so definitely gonna have to give it a try. Next we have World of Final Fantasy. Just looks like a fun little spin-off from Final Fantasy. Definitely want to play this. Looks like an RPG. Looks like a I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah, anyway. Next we have Telltale game, and if you've been watching my channel, you know I love Telltale games. I love choose your own adventure type stuff. I love story driven stuff. So The Wolf Among Us, I think this is a highly underrated game. It's basically a murder mystery set with fairy tale characters. So if that's your type of thing, highly recommend this. I really enjoyed this. I hope they come out with a second one. I heard they are, so definitely on the lookout for that one. Next we have Virtue's Last Reward. Virtue's Last Reward, another type of game like the Zero Time Dilemma. So I figured I'd pick it up. I think there's 3 games in that series, so I have 2 of the 3. I just got to get the first one. Next, we have Unit 13. A little underrated gem here. It actually plays really well, and I enjoyed it from what I played. I didn't play a whole lot, but a lot of people say this game is highly slept on, and they enjoy it as well. So, and you can get it really cheap, so definitely a game that if you're into, third-person shooters and stuff like that, highly recommend this game. Next we have Uncharted Golden Abyss. This is an excellent Uncharted game, and that it being made for the Vita and it plays outstanding is just incredible. If you like Uncharted and you like games like Uncharted, this is a must-have for the Vita. It is just an awesome game and an awesome addition to the Uncharted series, because from what I know, this game is completely made for the Vita. It's not, a port of the previous games. Next, we have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, outstanding fighting game. Marvel vs. Capcom is a beloved series. I know Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is getting a lot of heat right now, but This game is fantastic. Love playing it. A ton of characters to choose from. Hours of fun. You can't go wrong. It's a fighting game must. Next we have Trials of Cold Steel. Um, it's a great RPG, JRPG. Not much to say about it. Most people know about this game already. It's been out on multiple platforms. It's just fantastic. Next we have Touch My Katamari, Vita exclusive, I believe. All the Katamari games for different systems have different names for some reason, but this is Touch My Katamari. I had to pick it up just because Katamari games seem to be quite popular. Next we have The Walking Dead. I have Season 1 and Season 2. Telltale game, fantastic. A must-have for the Vita. Being able to play these on the go is just outstanding. The stories on these are incredible. The first one, a little bit more so than the second, but still fantastic. Next we have Tearaway. Tearaway is deemed to make the most out of the Vita functions as far as touchscreen and things like that. I heard it's really fun. Haven't played it. Looks really interesting, but definitely if you want to get the most out of your Vita as far as all the different features, I heard this is the game that you must play on there. Next we have Tales of Hearts R. Looks like another JRPG. Haven't played it, don't know anything about it, but you can't go wrong with having RPGs on any system because they're highly sought after. Next we have Summon Night 6. I still need Summon Night 5 for the PSP. Still trying to hunt that down at a good price, but Summon Night 6, I had to pick it up. This one actually comes with a really hefty manual, which is nice, because a lot of Vita games don't come with manuals, or they come with a little flyer. But this has a real hefty manual, and this case is extremely heavy with the manual in there, which I like for whatever reason. But just another JRPG, fantastic. Next we have a rare game. This game is considered rare. For some reason, I guess it didn't sell well, or they didn't make a lot of copies. But I just happened to get this in a bundle with a bunch of other games, and was happy to add it to my collection without having to pay premium price for it. But it's the MMA game for the Vita. Not sure how it plays. I heard it's not the greatest, but I'll definitely give it a try, even though I'm not really big into MMA. Next we have Strangers of Sword City. You can find this game for dirt cheap. I don't know much about it or if it's any good, but any game that's $10 or under, I'll scoop up, because eventually, most likely, they'll turn around. So next we have Soul Sacrifice. Looks like an interesting game. Don't know what it be considered. I guess it's an action game. I don't know, but I got it for a good price. Figured, what the hell. Next we have Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed. Heard they're fantastic games. I actually have not played any of them. The 360 version I'm still trying to buy, but I'm not willing to drop $25, $30 on it just yet, because for some reason it's holding its value pretty strong for 360. But I have it on the Vita. Believe it came... Oh no, I bought this, but I thought I got this with a bundle, but I actually bought this. But anyway, onward. Next we have Silent Hill, Book of Memories. I love the Silent Hill series. If you watch my channel, you'll know that I love Silent Hill and the lore behind Silent Hill. This is more of a dungeon crawler, from what I know. This is still sealed, so I have not played it yet. But I'm hunting down just a cart of it so I can get it cheap and play it and leave this sealed. But Silent Hill, anything Silent Hill, I have to buy and own. Next we have Shinobido 2, and this is like a Tenchu style game, so like stealth assassin type game. Love the Tenchu games. I love I love stealth games, so I had to get this. Alright, next we have Child of Light. Child of Light, another side-scrolling RPG for the Vita. I find that the Vita has a lot of side-scrolling RPGs and action RPGs, which is fine because they're fantastic. And another one with outstanding artwork. Really feels like you're playing in a child's storybook. It's really cool. I like it. Next we have Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. I had to pick up a Call of Duty, especially one that I can play on the go. Heard that it's pretty good, but I have not played it myself, so I definitely have to try this out. And like I said, the Vita has the 2 joysticks, so makes playing shooting games a lot easier than playing shooting games on the PSP. So definitely want to give that a try. Next we have the BlazBlue series. I have all 3 for the Vita. So BlazBlue, Chrono Phantasm, and Chrono Phantasm Extended, and Continuum Shift Extended. And this is BlazBlue. Fighting game. I've never actually played any of these BlazBlue games, but I really have been trying to get to them. I just have such a backlog, and I've been playing other fighting games, which I'll explain in a second, but BlazBlue, can't go wrong. Fighting games, can't go wrong. They're always fun to have, especially on the go. If you need the Vita for a few moments while you wait for a doctor's appointment or oil change or whatever, it's fun to just play a quick game, and fighting games are perfect for that because you just play a fight and then you can move on. Next we have Batman Black Gate, another Batman game. You can't go wrong with Batman. I don't know how this plays. I heard it's pretty good, and it's always fun to play as Batman and fight crime, so why not? Next we have Assassin's Creed Chronicles. This is a spin-off of Assassin's Creed. Basically, it's a side-scrolling stealth game. You have to get past areas without getting spotted by guards. Really fun. I love stealth, so I had to pick that up. Next we have Asphalt Injection. I know nothing about this game, but it's a racing game. I'll give it a try. It's probably not that great, but who knows. Then we have Arcana Hearts 3 Love Max. Arcana Heart 3. This is probably my favorite fighting game right now. It's just wild. I love the artwork, the anime Japanese style design, and the fighting is just chaotic and fantastic. I love the combos you can get on this game. You also have a elemental force that fights alongside you, or you can call upon it. It's just a fantastic game. I love doing the special moves and calling upon your elemental power. And if you have not played this game, I highly, highly, highly recommend giving this a shot, especially if you're a fighting fan and you love fighting games. This is a must play. It's just fun and crazy, and you can get so much enjoyment out of it. And there's so much playability to it because there's a ton of characters, and each character has so many costume designs and colors, and it's just incredible. If you have not played this, you got to play it. My favorite game on the Vita right now. Next, we have my only LRG game. Yes, I bought an LRG game. I said I wasn't, but this looked interesting, and I was able to get it. And I'm not looking to resell it. I just wanted it for my collection. But it's, an RPG, and I was like, what the heck? looks cool, and I want to play it, so that's my one LRG game. That's the thing with the Vita. LRG is huge. A lot of people flock to LRG because LRG still makes games for the Vita, where Sony has pretty much abandoned the Vita in the United States. And I believe the LRG games are added to the library. So to get a complete set of Vita games, you have to have the LRG games as well to be officially complete. Some people say, who cares about LRG? I'm one of them. I'll grab whichever titles, interest me, but I'm not out here hunting all the LRG games for Vita. But if you're doing that, that's fine. You can do that. No big deal. So next we have Shantae, or this is the last game. Shantae Half Genie Hero. I got the, I guess collector's edition. It's still sealed. I don't plan on opening this. I'm going to buy another copy or just buy the cart to play. But I heard it's really fantastic side-scrolling platformer game. So I got this on clearance at GameStop for a really good price. So I figured, what the heck. So that's it. That's my Vita collection. I plan on getting more games. Obviously, I don't have them all, but I don't really plan on getting them all. I'm just looking for games that I would enjoy playing and want to play. If I get games that I don't really like, it's because they're in bundles with other games that I do like, and I never turn down a good price bundle. So that's the Vita collection. This video has gone on pretty long, longer than I expected, but I wanted to show all my games. I have 63 in total, including the LRG and the Half Genie Hero. So that's my Vita collection. Really fun handheld, and I look forward to playing it a lot more and getting more games and trying out more games. More so trying out more games than dumping money into more games, because I have such a backlog of video games for many consoles. I don't know, but anyway, I'll leave it at that. One love.